Llama is model 3.2. Then we'll have to define the messages. All right. One thing I have to look up for the Ollama model though is one thing I have to look up for the Ollama model is I have to look up to see. Let me see. Ollama Python library. Let's take a look at this. But I have to look up setting up like the context and stuff like that. But so model, Llama 3.2, message, role, content. All right. So let's reference to this instead of having to go back all the time. So we will do we don't need that anymore. We will do model equals model, right? Little bit of code, we run. We should get, well, I guess we got nothing back because we didn't pass in a message, right? Which it's not good. Doesn't fail. Like it doesn't give an error, but technically we fail. So we're gonna say message equals, and we would go with what's the body for the message? So role user content. Why is the sky blue? So let's go with this right here. So we have our JSON list or array, and we're going to say, and how do they say? They say messages equals, I guess kind of just pass in messages. Or how do we do it up here? We said messages equals messages. Okay, perfect. So we would say down here, messages equals messages, right? So right now, if we enter this, we're only going to get the response of why is the sky blue? That's it, because that's what we're passing in here. We haven't passed into the text that we're getting from the web page, right? So let's do enter. And we're not printing anything out either. So that's why we're not getting a response. So we're going to say print, we're going to say web page summary from Ollama, which is, we're not going to get the web page summary, but we're going to say, and then we're going to say, what is it again? And then messages content, right? So we're going to say messages content, right? Yep. So let's go to enter. Why? All right. So now says messages role failed. Good morning, love. How are you doing today? Love, anybody ever tell you that you have such a lovely name? No pun intended. Actually, no, the pun is intended, but all right. It says key error messages role. So let's see. Message role user. Message role key error non-existent. Let's see what is going on here. How do we do it up here? Let me take a look up here. So we have let me see. Let me do a Ollama pull as well. This one I'll do from up here. Let's make sure. All right, so here. Ollama chat model messages message. So what is the messages that we have up here? We have, so this seems about right. Copy that. If we look down here, let me paste another one of this down here. Compare the two. Raw user content. It's the same. I would expect to see that. So let me see what the error is. All right, so it says non-existent if key and self get attribute non-existent in message raw user. Messages. So right here because I said messages instead of message, right? Let's see what we get. Not getting anything returned. Response message. Response message content. Should be getting something back. Oh wait, got an error. It says message is not defined. So here's what I'm going to do, right? Before I even get to this point, I'm just going, oh, come on. Oops. What in the world just happened here? Oh, wait. So before I even do that, I'm just going to print web page summary. I want to see what's being returned to me first, right? Let's comment this out. Enter. Let's see if we get a response for just printing out this, because that way then I'll be able to see what I'm getting. Message, content. So I'm getting it back, but when I do response, message, content, message, content, I feel like I should be getting it back. So it's working here. So if I do print, so it's, now you're gonna see the way that my mind works, right? So now I'm just gonna say print message. Let's see if this works. So it's telling me that message is not defined here. Strange. What if I do dot message? Let's see. Oh, okay. So for some reason, when I'm putting it like this, like they say over here, that's not working. But when I access the field directly, it does work. So that's strange. But nonetheless, so now let's say dot content. Run that again. Cool. So we have our answer of why does the sky appear blue, but that is not the summary of this URL, right? So now we're going to say, I'm going to see if I can also do a system role. And we're going to say system. I want this to be a snarky recruiter who is, or how about this? A snarky high school student who is giving summaries of websites to the class. Ignore all the navigation content on the page. Just focus on the important stuff. All right. And we're going to say for the user, can you give me a summary of of what is what this article is about. And then we're going to be passing in, I guess I can put a F string here, I suppose. And I can go like that, I think. And I'm going to say it's going to be content to be summarized, right? I think that's going to work. And I would say now, if we go with that, we would say enter. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Let me just officially say good morning to my new friend, Love. Up there in Ohio, it's -1 degree. Love, you are giving me nightmares. You are giving me nightmares. I have to travel to Nebraska. How is the weather in the Midwest in March? I have to travel towards the end of March to Nebraska, and I'm probably gonna have to go through Chicago or through Denver, and I am absolutely terrified. And we have my best friend in the whole wide world.
Did we just become best friends? Yep.
Mitch says it just gets to a point where he's like, I can't stay quiet anymore. I just have to say how amazing Ralph is. And I appreciate you for that, Mitch. I totally appreciate you for always letting me know when you just can't hold it anymore. You have to say, you know what, that guy, Ralph, he is absolutely amazing. Half tech, half amazing.
I appreciate you.
All right, so we have so this is the HTML containing the job posting for an information technology training position. Here's the breakdown of the content: job title, information, yada yada yada, job summary, yada yada yada. I don't see any snarkiness though, so I wish we could get a little bit of snarkiness. Wait. A snarky high school student named Mitch, who is giving summaries. And like I say, make the response with a serious attitude, right? There we go. And I want to do the markdown though. So let's do, like, I could reference back the project one, but we have not looked at project on day one yet. We have not looked on day one yet. So far, we've just been doing our like Googling and stuff like that. So Python library for markdown. I think it's like IPython or something like that. Let me see. I'm sure there's many of them though. Install markdown. Let me see. What is it? Python, IPython display. I think that's the one that we're looking for. Let me see. IPython display. Let me see if markdown is in there. Cool. So we need to import from IPython, markdown, and display. And there's a progress bar. Interesting. So let's try to.
We going back to the hood. Nah, never that. We going back to the hood. Nah, never that. You can have that. You can have that.
They say, give back to the hood where I came from. All I got was scars and battles I can't outrun. Bad habits and heartache weighing like a ton. Post-traumatic stress holding tight like a gun. They say, give back, but what did I receive? Battle scars etched deep, I can hardly breathe. Dusty streets and shattered dreams and dark heartache. Heavy PTSD rolling like a spark.
No going back, no ties to rewind. Left the hood's grasp far behind. Blood and tears ain't love I find. Freedom in the peace of my own mind.
What did the hood give me? Nothing but pain. Echoes of voices screaming in my brain. Caring for my people while I stay in the rain. Hope sinking down like a chain in a hurricane. Bad habits whisper softly in my ear. Memories of nights where I fought off fear. Hood ain't no haven, it's a haunting refrain. Echoes in my soul, driving me insane.
Grew up on cracked sidewalks and broken dreams. Echoes of sirens haunting my hopeful schemes. Dark shadows lingered under bright moonbeams. Streets that stole faith like it never seems.
We going back to the hood. Nah, never that. We going back to the hood. Nah, never that. You can have that.
A cycle of pain,
Wrapped in
stories untold, eyes reflecting a future so cold. I'm moving forward on a path paved with gold. Survive a saga silently bold. Now I climb higher, leaving darkness behind. No more looking back, no more being blind. Caring for my people, but from afar, building dreams, even with these battle scars.
bruises on my mind, winding like a maze. Left behind the hurt in those fiery days. Survived the storm while the world turned cold. Wasn't given gold, was left with stories untold.
No going back, no ties to rewind. Left the hood's grass far behind. Blood and tears ain't love I find. Freedom in the peace of my own mind.
We going back to the hood. Nah, never that. We going back to the hood. Nah, never that.
You can have that.
I'm not going back to those broken streets where shadows dance and despair repeats. Made it out from that concrete cage. I'm turning the page, I'm turning the page.